Ladies and gentlemen, we begin this month by paying respect to a fallen member of the pro wrestling community. With heavy heart, I regret to announce the passing of the Canada Wrestling Promotions Mr. Stoic Eddie Owens, a man who literally fought to join this promotion. He volunteered more than once to make guest appearances here, demonstrating a desire to be part of this product, and cemented a long-term future in the CWP by arranging for the delivery of the DFW Tag Team Championship. A man who paid the ultimate price for this industry, Eddie Owens, lost his life in a match on Halloween occurring in the previous episode. With that in mind, Kevin Owens demands revenge for his cousin by facing Bret Hart in singles. KO, maintaining the mantra of just keep fighting, as you can see, the top middle, chooses to mourn the loss of a family member on his own time, in his own way, insisting on getting back into the ring as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Ace, Matt Gibson, friend and former partner of Mr. Stoic from the old DFW days, offers to tend to the Owens family, to provide support in this time of need, and will take time off for that purpose. So I feel like we should get like some sort of 3-bell salute or something. But in any case, we are moving on. Moving on to trust issues. So following up on the intro from previous event, so we did pay Satan's general, fittingly, in time for Halloween. He's among the spooky roster members. Spooky roster members. So we did not pay Black Dragon God. And why that was talked about in the previous episode. The phrase is declines over time. So BDG, his trust was actually A, and was expected to drop sharply after being refused his requested pay raise. As you see in the profile lower right there, trust has become D for not getting the raise. So he could walk any time now at Trust D. He could leave. Also, Deathblow Ken, Trust B. He had been A before as well. But like I say about decline, these guys have not been wrestling either at all or hardly at all, leading to creeping discontent among these inactives. Now I could actually just cut these two from the roster and make a clean break and, make it sort of simple going forward. But there's two reasons why we don't. One is popularity and one is broadcast. So if we go to promotion stats, see near the top there, popularity in the America region, we are A. From my experience, if you drop even one guy, you can lose an entire letter grade of popularity. Now, maybe the game gauges it on how popular the wrestler is, but that's my standard experience. Even cutting one guy, you could lose an entire popularity grade, and what that does is that draws fewer fans to your events. So what little money you might save by not having to pay the guy, you'll probably lose more money in just, you just won't have, you just won't have as much fan interest now that you've gotten rid of the guy. And it probably, the reflection of that is probably, whoever that guy is, he's probably, some people, that's probably their favorite wrestler. And so they'll be unhappy to see the person go, and that will hurt your popularity. Maybe some people would tune in week after week looking to see what's up with Black Dragon God. Now he's gone, so now they're upset. So the other reason why we don't just cut these two, BDG and Ken, from the roster is the broadcast contract. Haven't looked at that in a while, but if you remember the, I guess TV, internet deal, whatever, the primary way in which people get their eyeballs on the product, broadcast contract, were national. If you look at the conditions there, must not dismiss 2 or more wrestlers. So if we cut those 2 guys from the roster, we would lose the contract. And if you see to the right of that, conditions revenue, $300,000 a month. That's the kind of money we'd be giving up. We'd save a bit of money on not having to pay the salaries of those 2 guys, but that amounts to chicken feed compared to what we're grossing by just not messing with anything. If you look right above that, term 8 months. So if you do your math there, there's still $2.4 million that we're entitled to by keeping this contract going. So we'd be throwing away a huge amount of money. I'd have to be pretty desperate to want those roster spots open for other wrestlers in order to be willing to just say goodbye to that money. I mean, we'd probably save money by spending $1 million on gym expansion to make room to hire more guys. It would be cheaper than just letting $2.4 million just go up in smoke over the contract, the broadcast contract. And again, as I say, we'd pay for it with popularity too, with popularity drops. So the game really makes you think it through whether you want to fire people. You can't just let them go willy-nilly. So, I mean, maybe if this contract was about to expire, I don't know. I still don't know if I'd throw $300,000 away, even if there's only 1 month left. I don't know. It's a lot of money. I'd rather just pay these guys. Pay them to not work if I have to. Anyway, rather than ramble on ceaselessly, I think you get the point. So, one more thing before we get down to the match rundown. So that's who we're keeping on the roster. Who's been added to the roster, the newest addition to the roster? Newest member of Canada Black, which is getting to be a bit of a sizable stable. 8 people, that's kind of a lot. Can you imagine if we did an interview with the Canada Black stable with 8 guys there? So I might have mentioned this event at some point, but at some point, Big Mike and Edge, having Red in them, they might branch off and form Team Canada Red. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I guess I should state his name. You've probably looked at the profile going, oh my God, I know that guy. Yes. Iron Mike Sharp. trained by the Missing Link, recently retired from this organization, both from Hamilton, Ontario. So that's a slight regret of mine, is that we'll never get to form the Hamilton connection. But, you know, one can imagine what could have been, teacher and student working together. Anyway. What else on the history of this man? You might know him simply as a tough man jobber used to enhance other talent. But in earlier days of his career, he had some noteworthy accomplishments. He wrestled in Canada Promotions, All-Star Wrestling in Vancouver, where he was two-time Canadian Tag Team Champion. And he was also Pacific Coast Heavyweight Champion. Sounds pretty cool. He was also in Stampede Wrestling, where he was International Tag Team Champion. But the peak of his career came in 1983, when he challenged for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. So why, at this advanced age, is Canada's greatest athlete? You might have been waiting for me to uncork that. Why is he here? Well, he cuts a backstage promo saying CEO Derek Bogart arrogantly assumed I'd want to join this promotion automatically. But as a man grown ancient with time, if I'm going to risk what little remains of my health, I need some serious incentive. Therefore, I've had written into my contract, no matter how brief my stay in this promotion, my son is guaranteed a contract here as well when ready to join. Thereby, I ensure the future of the prestigious name of Sharp in Canadian wrestling. Let's begin with who is out. Mexico Miguel, whose neck is red. He suffered the devastating diamond cutter from junior champ Type B Owen Miller. Needs time off. Also, in the juniors, Christian, one half of the junior tag champions. Also red and poor condition additionally. So, a junior fighting 3 heavyweights with only one partner previous month didn't agree with him. Also poor condition though, Satan's foot soldier Will Stewart. Poor condition. So it seems Christian at least took someone down with him from Team Satan in defeat. So that's who's not wrestling. Who is wrestling? So we've already mentioned it. Started off at the beginning of the show talking about it. We're going to get straight to it. Kevin Owens is not going to have to wait to get his hands on the Hitman as he seeks revenge for the death of his cousin. So, as you can see there, Bret Hart holds a belt. So because of this singles match, there will be no Dramatic Fight Wrestling Tag Team Championship this event. Match 2. Since we are lacking Miguel and Christian, as mentioned, we will have also no Junior Tag Team Championship. But we can run the Junior Singles Championship featuring the irredeemable Shota challenging Big Man Complex for Junior Supremacy. Shota being the other half of the Junior Tag Champions, belt. Chance to unify the Junior titles, as Christian did previously. And Shota also received a raise upon request from $7,000 to $7,700 a month. So $700 extra a month for him, and well deserved. If you've been following his exploits here, he is worth the price of admission. Disturbing at times. Maybe it's not quite family viewing, but if you want visceral, intense action, here's your guy. Okay. Match 3. The 3-on-3 6 Tag Championship. As Team Canada Blue, Wolf, Omega, Big Mike, challenge Team Weird, Terrible, and Vampiro. So, get a look at those 3. So we'll just take a moment to appreciate Jason the Terrible for a second before we focus on Vampiro. 4. Vampiro, as we take care of business here behind the scenes, Vampiro must drop the 6 tag title. Fair warning, this will not be a real match, but a ceremonial relinquishing of the belts. Vampiro has made it clear to me he does not plan to remain with this promotion. Now, perhaps he'll change his mind with time, but I cannot wait around for him to walk out as champion, because the game will have him take his belt with him to free agency, rather than simply vacate the 6 tag championship altogether, which is what the game should do. Therefore, Team Weird will surrender the 6 tag title to the top contender Team Canada Blue, and possession will revert back to the previous champions. Because otherwise we risk the championship being rendered unable to be defended when Vampiro leaves. So, oh well. Going forward, Vampiro will remain on the roster and compete in non-title matches until he walks out, or, more optimistically, should his trust upgrade to C, we can consider putting him back into title matches. You see, he's got trust D, lower right there. Should it improve to C, we can consider putting him back into title matches because he'd no longer be a risk for departure. So with that in mind, I've given him a salary raise as incentive to stay. As you see, middle right of the profile. Now makes just over $3,000 a month. I gave him the medium or level 2 raise with respect to his B level attack and defense. See in the top right profile. So I've made a gesture. It's now up to him if he wants to stay or go. So, with this straightening out going on for the good of the promotion, there will therefore be no Canada's Tag Team Championship either. So all 3 iterations of the Tag Team Championship in this promotion won't be defended this event. But we will have tag matches, just not for titles. As we will have 3 matches composing 6 teams representing the 6 heavyweight stables of the promotion. So, the first one, match 4, will feature 1 Canadian. As we will see Blue Hair team with the Canadian sensation, 2 members of Sharpshooter Syndicate. The third, Bret Hart, as we've established, is in the feud to kick off the event. They will face Jin Dynasty members, the Trick Prince, and Strongheart. And we will have that Emperor versus Traitor opposition, as mentioned in the previous event. Those 2, the Trick Prince and Blue Hair, will start the match versus each other. So we will not have to wait long to see them lock up in a bitter clash of former partners. Match 5 will feature 2 Canadians. As Edge will team with the Blue Blazer to make the latest variation on Team Canada Blue 2-man edition. As the Blue Blazer, fellow Canadian, fills in for Christian in the Edge Christian rivalry with Team Satan. As they will face the General and the Midnight Knight with Will Stewart, the Foot Soldier, out in poor condition, as we've established. So 2-on-2 to keep that dispute going. And then match 6. Final match. Yeah, Team Pearl Harbor, the original edition, will reunite the Baron Charles. Actually, let's give him the respect he deserves. Show him with the title belt overhead there. Your Dramatic Fight Wrestling heavyweight champion. And wise man Ted Axel, the $50,000 man. So Pearl Harbor Original Edition will face members of Canada Black. Big Titan. And Iron Mike Sharp, newly signed. So as you can see, we got Big Titan in his alternate red, in opposition to the blue opponents he'll be facing. And might as well get a look at his title as well. So that's your main event, captained by our 2 heavyweight champions of the promotion. They'll start in the ring against each other for the main event. the DFW and Canada heavyweight champions. So those are the matches. We remain in the American rural large setting. Expected attendance well over 28,000 in the 30,000 seat venue. So exciting. So with that in mind, the attendance will go to merchandise. So we will do a 5-5-10 structure here for merchandise. We've already got over 5,000 towels remaining. We will have similar number of photo collections. 5,000 with our 10% discount, of course, on the production. And because goods sell very well, I've always sold well, at the same productivity as towel sales, we will comfortably crank out 10,000 of those. 10% discount from Jumbo Mart. So there you go, 5-5-10. We could maybe try to go 10,000 on photo collection, but they don't sell quite as well. And what I don't mind about this is, with making only 5,000 photo collections, that should neatly sell out over the remaining 2 months of this year. We're in November, remember, November, December. So that'll sell over the 2 months remaining of year 3, and we will have a fresh start on that line for year 4. Also, this is a side note, but if you notice in the top right in expenses, because we only made 5,000 photo collections instead of 10,000, our monthly expense just comes in under 4,000. So we're not wildly spending money, we're just spending a lot of money. So, all right. That's business. Let's get to the business of brawling. November, year 3. Match 1. Fallout from previous event. A clash of Canadian greats. Both former world champions. They've each taken their turn at the top of this industry. This man came a little later in the chronology. Kevin Owens, KO, fighting for family honor, respect, redemption, whatever you want to call it, revenge. There's a lot of R words. And how about this for respect? Up to this point, Bret Hart has only showed up wearing his pink shirt, I believe. He was in the pink shirt the whole time. This is the first time he's wearing his all black outfit with just a little bit of pink highlight. He's wearing the mostly black this time as a gesture, as a mourning gesture, respect. I think it's fair to say he did not mean to take a life in the ring. Let's give him credit. Presumably he didn't set out to murder Mr. Stoic. It's just, you know, the risk sometimes in this business. I mean, careers can be ended. Terrible injuries have cut short careers, and maybe not to this severity, but I appreciate the all black out of Bret Hart. And he shows no appreciation for his opponent, casting him out of the ring so viciously that when KO gets back in the ring, he has to adjust his pants. You see that? I had to pull his pants up. Pants almost came off and fell out of the ring. fell out of the ring so hard. I shouldn't be laughing, I guess, based on what this is about, but I'm just, the show must go on. We're still here to enjoy some exciting wrestling action. Maybe Mr. Stoic would want us to have fun with this match because, he loved being here. And if the promotion can continue to flourish in beyond his time here, he's probably going to be happy about that. If he's somehow, some way looking down on us watching this as his cousin eats an eye rake and then a drop toe hold. Good combination wrestling by the Hitman. Excellence of execution. Swinging neck breaker rather excellently executed as well. Old school reverse atomic drop. No shortage of classic moves being brought in by the Hitman. Now he'll take his turn getting spilled out of the ring on a body slam. Surprisingly, Owens does not viciously follow up on some outside the ring brawling you think he might be, based on how personal this is. But deciding to catch his breath, I guess winning the match is the most important thing, I guess. Pace yourself. Could be a long way to go here. Running elbow. Agility and energy still left. Crafty old veteran Bret Hart swinging neckbreaker again. Oof. Are you drawing the connection? I am neckbreaker. You watched the previous event. Got the chills thinking about it. And not in a good way. Chills is in like, you think of a chill up your spine, it means you're like kind of deeply disturbed. Arrogant cover there, maybe adding a little bit of insult to someone that he's got a bitterness with. Oh, good Lord. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's probably the worst thing that could possibly have happened. Bret Hart wags his finger, says you shouldn't have done this. They who seek revenge should start by digging 2 graves. That's what Confucius said. You come after someone, don't be surprised if they fight back. Oh boy. Oh boy. Tell me this didn't happen again. What have we just seen? The pile driver. That was the move that ended not just the career, but the life of Mr. Stoic. We just saw it again. It was in the ring this time, not onto a steel chair like last time, but the pile driver calls an abrupt end to the match. The referee waves us off, says Kevin Owens is hurt. We stop, match over. This is kind of serious, folks. This is real life now. This isn't just wrestling. Hopefully KO is okay. But this storyline, if you can call it that, has gotten more serious. Wow. Okay. Okay, so that changes things a little bit. In modern wrestling currently right now, as this show airs, the pile driver is a very controversial move for reasons like this. It's not a safe move. It really shouldn't be done anymore. We've not banned it in this promotion. And I can tell you right now, I don't think I will, because for the same reason that the Tombstone pile driver was grandfathered in for The Undertaker. They didn't make him give up that move just because they were not allowing that move anymore. Bret Hart is perhaps the most legendary Canadian wrestler of all time, so I'm not going to do anything to harm his career. And what does this mean? Has Bret Hart demonstrated he's not satisfied being a tag team champion? He had a shot at the Canada's Heavyweight Championship a while back. That was a stumble for him. He didn't get that done. Is he sending a message he needs to be emphasized now? He has made two big individual splashes in consecutive weeks, showing just how much he has still got it. The Hitman. He has wiped out and destroyed two people in consecutive events. And needless to say, we're concerned about the health of Kevin Owens. But is this the beginning? I have to think about it. Is this the beginning of the Hitman's push toward another title shot? Because, I mean, it's chilling what's been happening lately with the Hitman, but how do you deny how devastating and dominating has seemed to be lately? Sending a message. Maybe that's a message to Big Titan. I'm coming for your belt. Because Big Titan is undisputedly the man right now. Is this the Hitman's way of saying, I dispute that? Well, this has been a very long outro for this match. I guess I should stop it here. I think I've said all I need to. I'm a little nervous right now. We'll just have to see what happens going forward. But how's that for an opener? My goodness. All right. Having regrouped a little bit after that somewhat disturbing opening match, we'll move on to match 2, getting into the title matches now for Canada's Junior Championship. So the irredeemable Shota, the irredeemable in quotations in more ways than one, I guess, perhaps now, because the alliance with Christian continues to this day, so he's been at least partially redeemed. Junior Tag Team Champion, going for the gold again. Both golds, but having looked pretty good ever since arriving here in the Canada Wrestling Promotion. Big Man Complex. Type B. Owen Miller took the belt off of Shota's partner. Can he stave off the irredeemable assault? Hold on to his belt. Well, looking good in the very early going. Big power on display. Press slam. Body slam. Well, so far the power of Type B has proven instrumental so far in the early going. Shota finally getting some strikes landed. But he eats a strike far more barbaric. Clubbing blow. Shota comes back. The double axe handle clubbing blow of his own. Mounted strikes, lands the jab, evades the counter strike. Okay, Shota's starting to get his footing now. Only to eat a shot in the head. And now he's getting pushed into the champion's corner. Getting bullied there. Before brought back out for a Boston Crab submission attempt. Type B. B stands for Boston Crab. Flailing. Roundhouse. Punches. Shota uncorking the fury there into the tortured grind. Another clubbing blow. He's dazed, but he recovers in time to land one of those haymakers. Mounted striking again. Frankensteiner sits on his face as we get a good look at the Lit Cola main sponsor logo. Another straight up punch to the face. Mounted strikes off the rear mount. Well, looked like Shota went for the big haymaker there, but Shota was stymied with the counter jab there. One of the purposes of the jab is to land a quick, easy strike to unbalance your opponent. So Shota isn't the only one who knows a thing or two about striking. Maybe Owen Miller's got some boxing background that he can bring into it. The American boxing variety, whereas Shota has got the Eastern martial arts background, Far East. We're back to the big power press. Slam. 5 minutes in, still no reason to suspect a finish there. That's sitting on the face, probably more of a mind game. It's like, yeah, we don't need to go into it. Mounted rear strikes again. And we'll reset as the Irish whip fails. And we might just have some blood. Yes, we do. Took 5 and change, but this is one of the irredeemable trademarks. He eats a powerful clothesline followed by the running splash. But the ring begins to redden. Scything him for good measure too. Follow up. Will the blood pay dividends down the road for the challenger as he seeks to regain Canada's junior championship? Fire breath might have got him in the crotch a bit there. And the double shot of fire. But the champion narrowly avoids the first one and gets the heck clean out of there. Not in the vicinity for the second one. Avoiding that fire, good idea. As the champion, although he's relatively new to this promotion, he's probably watched some video on Shota before. Know your enemy, see what you're going to be getting yourself into. There's the scythe again. Know what you're getting into. That time a blade got into the flesh and bone. Oh my god! And we have a fairly abrupt finish. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe Owen Miller panicked from all the blood loss. Yeah, I don't know if he was necessarily beat down, per se. But maybe all that, just his own lifeblood splashing all over the ring in like a, you know, a rather fast and furious bloodletting. Just, you know, the ring was getting red real fast over a short span. Maybe he just, maybe a certain survival instinct kicked in for him without even thinking about it, and he just got the heck out of there. Maybe just not waiting to see how bad that was going to get. Bit of an early finish by junior standards, but yeah, I guess, yeah. Maybe it was about the blood. Maybe it was about panic. Okay. Any way you slice it, so to speak, with the scythe slicing. Shota gets the job done. The irredeemable has reascended the top of the junior mountain. And I gotta do it. Fumbling through the dark here, but we have a dual champion once again. Hopefully you can see that. Both belts for Shota in the junior division. New champion, congratulations. Back on top. So, right on the verge of putting a stop to dual champions with this match, the irredeemable Shota just became a junior dual champion. Oh well, probably could not dodge the dual champion thing forever, especially in the junior division, which is less numerous. So, 2 title matches, 2 title changes. This one much more of the planned variety as we take care of business and straighten out what needs to be done. We have new champions here too. Team Canada Blue has been bestowed Canada's 6 Tag Championship. I guess congratulations in a way. At least they earned the position of being who the title should be turned over to. So, not the strongest average card rating, top right, as we reach the halfway point of this event. 3 matches down out of 6. But in defense of what's gone on, there's been some rather tumultuous dealings out there. Every match has been unusual in some form or another. And maybe the crowd is currently left sort of looking at each other going, what's happening tonight? Everything's weird. So, as we move into the tag team, the 2-on-2 matches to finish out the back half of the show, to unfold the back half of the show, we will have Emperor versus Traitor match. And as these 2 members of Sharpshooter Syndicate make their way down, presumably they've heard what happened with Bret Hart, with their friend and stablemate from the opening match. Presumably they watched that match, knowing how much, context, if you will, was involved in that. Are they going to be affected somehow? Is their mindset maybe not where it should be as they enter into what would probably prove to be a pretty spirited match, because you have a motivated Trick Prince who's presumably extra eager to get his hands on blue hair. Been a while. And, I mentioned Confucius, great Chinese philosopher Confucius. We've established the Trick Prince is Chinese. He's from the Japan region, but he's Chinese. So what does he think about that digging 2 graves expression I used? So there's more texture going into this match than I thought there would be. I mean, this is already interesting to me too. You see the combination, martial arts, flurry by the Trick Prince. This was already going to be interesting. The Emperor and one of his former subjects, and what the ongoing controversy should, well, not controversy, but conflict and bitterness should be surrounding that. Running knee. Now the unfolding of the opening match still resonating at this point. Anyway, 2D, not the 3D, because it's not 6 tag action, but the assisted Diamond Cutter 2D. What was that? Was that the Tombstone? I was too busy contemplating what to call moves. Did we see the Tombstone Power Driver? Which was also mentioned earlier. Yeah. One of the more serious events we've had. More test of strength going on. Sensation. Strongheart. The 2 S guys now in there. The seconds. Another S word for you. The seconds of this match. 2 very excellent wrestlers in their own right. Maybe. What would be between these 2? They used to be rivals for the 6 tag championship. Remember the original version of Jin Dynasty included Strongheart, and the original Team Canada 6 tag edition featured the Canadian Sensation as part of that red, white, and black edition of Canada. Perhaps these two don't have any personal beef, but their paths have crossed quite a few times over some manner of championship. We just saw the snap suplex. Oh, Brain Buster. Blue-haired Brain Buster. Snap Mare from Blue Hair, Falling Fist. Dragon Screw Leg Whip. And you know, if that results of the opening match and how it refers to or affects these two teams, you know, affects this match, that's significant because, you know, as I've said, Team Terrible is looking for new competition in the two-man. Not that anyone necessarily wants to mess with them boys, but, you know, if you ever want to ascend to the top of the mountain, you got to beat the best. So I figure both these teams should have a mind of, who knows, maybe we parlay a good performance here into a shot at Canada's Tag Team Championship, which is now going to be, the doors wide open to challenge for that too, because we just straightened out the dual champions business. Team Terrible's no longer part of the 6-Tag Championship, which means they will be defending the two-man tag titles, presumably the rest of the way of this promotion, unless something changes. But I don't foresee any reforming of any 6-tag that would include Team Terrible. Anyway, fire jumping power bomb just now. Very spectacular move, deserves to be mentioned. Flying knee again. The Trick Prince making solid use of leg striking. Eats a brain buster though there from his most hated. In his mind, the traitor, Blue Hair. And now, adding a bit of insult to injury there, getting his partner in there for some assisted diamond cutter. But now it's the other way. Jin Dynasty working together. 2-on-1. Good tag team action. And 4 solid competitors. Lou Thez press. Strongheart showing how strong he really is, reversing that vertical suplex. Strongheart STF, Strongheart stretch. Chop Fest, Chop Challenge, won by the sensational Chop victory.
10 minutes gone.
And went for that stepping strike, but his dazed opponent recovered in time. Snap suplex, sensational snap suplex into the blue corner. Or thereabouts, maybe not right in the corner. In the vicinity. The sensation having to battle both members of Jin Dynasty just now. Dragon screw leg whip to punctuate how successful he was at that. Tags in his partner. One-man gang slam. And why should Sharpshooter Syndicate want this match very badly? Because they've never, no version of Sharpshooter Syndicate has ever been Canada's tag team champion. I've seen 2 different versions of them holding the lesser DFW tag, but never the top tag prize in Canada. So they should be extra motivated, especially if it looks like Bret Hart might be having some stuff going on on the side. And the door is open for these 2 guys to see what they can accomplish as a 2-man variety of the Sharpshooter Syndicate stable. Blue Hair trying to restrain the Trick Prince there while the Sensation regroups. Pays for it though. Elbow sent flying onto the apron. Rear choke with the leg scissor sort of a crossface, whatever you call it. That's why some moves have short forms, right? Have nicknames, because you could spend 5 minutes describing what the move was. Figure out some colorful short form. Snap suplex, and the Trick Prince appealing to the Canadian crowd like they're gonna cheer that. Trick Prince waves to Canada and says, "Hey, I'm about to smash your local hero. One Canadian in this match. How about you cheer for me?" Probably not. Anyway, flying elbow off the top rope. Leg hook, brain buster. Wow. Running sidekick. The Trick Prince not shy about some theatrics here. Doesn't mind trying to put on a show. Reverse Frankensteiner. He's calling for it again, running sidekick. Oh boy. Just lays the Sensation out in the middle of the ring across the Lit Cola main sponsor logo. Eats a brain neck breaker in response. There's the brain buster. Tags out. A reeling Trick Prince is now vulnerable. Wow, escapes with authority. Not only does he Irish whip the Sensation away, takes out the ref, giving the Dynasty a chance to maybe exploit the 2-on-1 here without any sort of officiating to oversee it. All 4 men in the ring now. Over 17 minutes, and you saw the fatigue on the Trick Prince just now. Wow, flying Van Damme style kicks on display by these two Japanese martial arts wrestlers. A lot of flailing and missing, however. Still, I think there's some ooh and ah moments there as guys almost got their blocks knocked off. Tombstone pile driver. Falling fist. Yeah, the pile driver's got extra weight to it right now, doesn't it? Every time I see that, I'm like, oh, geez, no. Can we not keep having this? Assisted diamond cutter. But, you know, wrestlers not shy about uncorking it. Sensational snap suplex. There's that stepping strike again. Twice he's tried it and missed. Maybe there'll be a third time's the charm there later in the match. Back flip high kick, Strongheart. Suplex slam. We're near 20 minutes. We're about to hear it from the ring announcer.
20 minutes gone.
Oh. Some sort of fireman's carry type reverse slam, or I don't know. I'm not sure what that was. Flying diamond cutter from the top rope. Coup de grace across the pelvis, looking to punctuate it. He's going to puncture his pelvis with that impact. Spinning sidekick. We haven't seen a lot of martial arts moves, especially from the Trick Prince, who has scattered it throughout the match. Oh, bell ringing low blow there to stymie that move, whatever the blue hair was attempting, but cast out of the ring. The Sensation, far too much Canadian politeness to want to go out after the guy on the floor. But blue hair, with his rival with Trick Prince, says, I'm not so polite. We've got a jackhammer in the ring by Strongheart. We're going to see a Phoenix Plex outside the ring, drawing attention to some of our secondary sponsors out there along the apron. Please take a note of those brands and shop accordingly. And now we have a sensational Superfly, followed by a arrogant pin attempt. Wow. Strongheart tried trouble getting in there to make the save, and we almost had 2.9. Not a hell of a finish. Strongheart might have had some explaining to do if the Trick Prince had to be embarrassingly finished right there in his own corner. Might have just had to take Strongheart aside at some point and say, what the hell, man? Anyway, Japanese leg roll clutch, I believe it's called. What a fitting finish this would be. Only 2.9, however. We're going to see the jackhammer. Blue Hair steals one of Strongheart's specialties, that Goldberg-style jackhammer slam. The Trick Prince is still content that the Canadian crowd should acknowledge him. Who is he, Roman Reigns all of a sudden? All four men in the ring, hard to follow all the action. Hip toss, old school. Blue Hair going old school. So we approach 25 minutes. It's what has been a very spirited tag affair. Fire jumping power bomb, critical. Well, I did mention how cool that fire jumping power bomb is earlier. This time it was enough to put someone out. Strongheart, flat on his back, Blue Hair standing tall, mocking his former emperor, saying, "I got you this time, sir." Blue Hair demonstrating, if there was any doubt whatsoever, his independence, does not need Jin Dynasty to make his own mark here in Canada. He overcomes the Emperor, his former master, captain versus captain. And he may have injured the Trick Prince's chief subordinate. Have to check on his condition now too. My goodness, what's going on lately? Health is becoming a growing concern of people as the level of violence and mishap, you might say, just been ramping up here in the Canada wrestling promotion. Well, I think I sort of called it, didn't I, at the beginning, that we had not the best average evaluation going into here, but maybe this match could turn it around. 93%, that gets us on track, back up to a standard that we can work with. Will we ever get to the 80% by the end? We got 2 matches to go. They will have to be barn burners, but it's possible. I like the matchups, and every matchup going forward has got meat on the bone, as I like to say. There's personal elements to the remaining matches too. So, well, intensity, shocking events after events as this year 3 November card unfolds dramatically. Got the average match evaluation up to a doubly lucky 77%. As we move into match 5. Pressure's on, you guys. Get us up to 80. All by yourselves or you're fired. No. Not firing anyone, just as this rivalry is getting more interesting as the Blue Blazer finds himself drawn into the Edge and Christian alliance against Team Satan. Blue Blazer trying to get the crowd into it. Edge basking in the adulation. Well, Team Satan did well enough when it was 3 against 2 and put Christian on the sideline. though at the cost of the foot soldier. So you've already seen men down. There's been casualties to this war already. And here we go with round 2. Christian versus Satan. In the absence of Christian, Edge locks up with Satan's general to get things started. Body slams the leader, Team Satan. Again. Circling. And then Satan's general tries to put a stop to that nonsense with a punch. He only eats air with it. Shoulder smashes on the arm twist. I've been going for some sort of power driver early. Prematurely, you might say. Eats the backdrop by way of counter. Oh, it looked like he went for some sort of power bomb. Poked in the eye at the apex. As Edge reestablishes control, tries to land a big kick. It's blocked, but he settles for a punch. Back to that arm twist shoulder breaker combination move. Deep in the blue corner, only briefly though, is Edge. Battles his way out. So Satan's general quite content to work on the limbs. Wearing the arms down, specifically. Then he'll drag eyeballs along that top rope. A perhaps disoriented Edge gets tagged out. Regroup, regain your vision. That'd be a good idea. Now we got a blue blazing body slam. Satan's general figures it's time to tag out. Hip tosses all around for the blue blazer. Just throwing Team Satan around in their own corner. And go from hip tosses to arm drags. Really going old school here. Classic wrestling. Battle of the Chops won by Midnight Knight. Yeah. DDT. Across the Lit Cola main sponsor logo. Just rips his man with a running clothesline.
5 minutes
Blue
gone.
Blazer, though, gets up slapping and gets tagged out. The Knight's getting knocked around in the blue corner, and now his junk is getting knocked around. With a low blow. Edge might be a hero in this scenario, but this rivalry has rapidly become personal. Even though it didn't start with Edge or the Midnight Knight specifically. They're in this, so why shouldn't they go at each other with intensity? And the Knight dutifully serves as general there. Getting Edge, at least softened up and in position for the general to be successful. He still has to face Rated R one-on-one sooner or later. Eye rake. Forearm shot combo. Trying to set something up, but it's reversed on him.
1,
Vertical suplex out of the ring, and now we got 2-on-1.
4,
As Team Canada Blue tries to go to work on Satan's general.
7,
Midnight Knight decides finally I should probably go over there and help.
9,
I think he knew he was never really probably going to get over there in time. And while he's in the ring, might as well just grandstand a little bit. Check me out, I'm a handsome, fit man, everybody. Drink it in, he says. He's marketable. teaming up on the flying kicks to the side of the head. Or at least jumping. I guess flying might be off the top, but we'll call that jumping kicks, I guess. Doesn't much matter. Early for a give up, or at least you'd think. We saw an 8 and change give up early on. Submission. And a title change. Now Team Satan working together. Assisted powerbomb. Now a backbreaker submission attempt across the knees, although the general was not legal, so there would never have been a call for submission there. Now we'll have 2-on-1 the other way. Nice save by Edge, rated R.
10 minutes gone.
Drop kick, putting a stop to whatever power move the Midnight Knight was in the midst of trying to attempt. It's part of tag team wrestling. Bail out your partner when he's in trouble. Arm drag takedown into the chin lock. Ooh, one-man gang slam as the Midnight Knight is working his way out of his corner. Wow. Double arm suplex into a pinning combination. There's probably a short form for that. Edge casts the general out of the ring.
3,
He doesn't mind going out there to fight him, but he's in the bad part of town.
5,
As he gets double arm suplexed into a Boston Crab, Team Satan working together in combination to wear down Edge outside.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Arm drag takedown. They're still fighting out there.
14, 15, 16,
We're back in the ring at 16. No count out. Can't help but remember that it was right out in that area where they were fighting just now that the fateful events surrounding Mr. Stoic took place. It is still a recent event, is it not? Gut wrench suplex as the Midnight Knight gets tossed, flung, whatever across. Our Lit Cola main sponsor logo flying cross body, running cross body. Into the running splash. Flying like a superhero. It's the Blue Blazer.
1, 2.
Ooh, 2. 2 count. Save wasn't quite necessary. With that pinning combination half crab. Satan's general not waiting around to see if the Knight's prepared to give it up. Goes low with the knee. We've reached 15 minutes on this match. Another gut wrench suplex. Making a lot of use of the main sponsor logo so far. Eye rake might have been less effectual against a man with a mask. Some eye protection there. But perhaps effective enough as Blue Blazer gets tagged out. Back to the back breaker. Blue Blazer with the save. And he's going to fly, perhaps. Oh, maybe not. Briefly topped the satanic corner. Didn't utilize it, though. Back suplex. Arm drag takedown. Rated R from the top. Flying knee across the midsection. kick to the back, following up with the vertical suplex. All 4 men in the ring now. We're going to see an assisted powerbomb. Small package attempted, but we are in the ropes. Double arm suplex attempted. Reversal, backdrop, out of the ring. Midnight Night really appealing to the crowd there. And Edge does it in return, and then he gets rammed into from behind. Dueling attempts to play to the crowd there. Some hilarious showmanship on display by what you might call the 2 pretty boys of the match, Edge and Warren Watson. Running clothesline. Just work on that clothesline. Clotheslines in combination. We're out of the ring again.
2, 3, 4,
Wow. Belly to belly suplex.
6,
Overhead outside the ring. We got all 4 men brawling out there.
9, 10, 11, 12,
Ooh.
13, 14,
Some sort of sit down powerbomb outside there by Rated R. A Rated R powerbomb. Now the Blue Blazers cast out, and Warren Watson says, "What can I say? I'm just that damn good." Like half the match lately has just been outside the ring brawling. Blue Blazers charging up. Maybe he took too much time screwing around because he ate the Fireman's Carry Diamond Cutter. Fireman's Diamond Cutter? Fireman Cutter? Fireman Cutter? Workshopping that move name as the match goes on. Wow, release on the belly to belly suplex. So these 2 guys have that move in common. They're not just Canadians wearing blue. They also use got a bit of move commonality. At some point or another, so we've seen Blue Blazer and Satan's General get in on the action too. Just involving the crowd, gesturing to them in some form or another. Acknowledging that this is a spectator sport. Running clothesline. Oh, now we have some ball grabbing action here. Submission attempt. Blue Blazer mercifully saves his partner from additional suffering. Ooh. Some sort of reverse slam performed by Edge. Drop kicks the dazed General. Blue Blazer lucha style. Lucha Libre style. Kicks off the turnbuckle there. Athleticism on display for a heavyweight. Drop toe hold. Is he going to fly this time? Superfly splash across the back. Catches the kick, trip. Now it's Warren Watson's turn. Wow. Flipping leg drop off the top rope. Spectacular move. Running high kick. Back to the gut wrench suplex though as Blue Blazer breaks up that momentum. So we've gotten to 25 minutes now. A double arm suplex into a pinning combination. Into the ropes, however. Oh, looks like Blue Blazer is going to use the ropes. He's going to fly, slingshot, splash, out onto the floor. Got 2-on-2 fighting action here. Going to see a Phoenix Plex out on the floor. Boom! Vertical suplex in the ring. Now he's out of the ring as Satan's General. Guys interchanging, going back and forth, inside, outside. Wild affair here. And again, someone's outside the ring. Have we spent more time outside the ring? It seems like it. It's probably not, but it seems like it. I don't know if I've seen so many guys thrown out. Now we have a surprise roll up there.
2, 3.
Interesting way to end the match. It was a pretty wild, confused affair. Maybe that's what it took to get a finish, is that unexpected pinning attempt. The Blue Blazer rolls up the Midnight Knight, gets 3. Satan's General was there, but he had to vacate the ring. The General was nearby, but he had to vacate the ring in order to avoid disqualification. And we have 3, and we have 96%. Wow. All right, well, very interesting, because that makes it 1-1 in the Christian-Satan rivalry now. The Christian side, if you will, even though he's not in the match, wins the rematch. 96%. So that should improve our average match evaluation. Will it be at 80 now? 81. We get over 80 with that match. Okay. So now as we enter the main event, all we need to do is have a good match in the main event to maintain that cool average. And it will feature heavyweight champion versus heavyweight champion as your captains. One more to finish out November, Year 3, Pearl Harbor Original. Wise Man Ted Axel, the $50,000 man, precedes Dramatic Fight Wrestling's heavyweight champion, the Baron Charles. Not exactly a long history of success as a team. Pearl Harbor, they've done better in singles action, but they're facing a first ever team up. Maybe this will be an opportunity to pick up a rare win for Pearl Harbor. Iron Mike Sharp in the ring first, followed by Canada's heavyweight champion. So we've got Canada's greatest athlete and Canada's heavyweight champion. Not a bad team up. The old man will hang out on the open for now, while the champions lock up the 2 heavyweight champions of this promotion. Big Titan draws first blood with a body slam, big boot to the face as well. Front face lock. It's been a titanic beginning. Big Titan owning this first minute. Almost. Just in time for the first minute to elapse. The Baron executes that airplane spin, drops down. Nice agility by the big man. Hip toss. And he's going for the early debacle with the steel chair. Can you believe that, ref? He's already hitting me with a foreign object. That fiend. Big Titan a bit confused there, going, what the hell? Throws the chair aside, goes back to work. And we'll see Iron Mike Sharp, Canada's greatest athlete. First bout of action in the Canada Wrestling promotion. Sidewalk slam. A lot of experience there. Iron Mike brings into that ring. He's been around this ring more times than probably any of these other 3 wrestlers know. But he's not a young man anymore. Gets overpowered in the test of strength by the younger, more close to his prime, Ted Axel. Goes at a body slam into the chin lock, combination wrestling. by the old warhorse. Running shoulder block. Good timing on that boot there. We'll get back to Big Titan. Drop kick to the back of the head. Ted Axel trying to fight two men at once. The numbers game catches up to the $50,000 man.
5 minutes gone.
As Team Black takes advantage of the 2-on-1 advantage. Body slam. As the Baron locks up and will go. Champion versus champion again. And I mentioned earlier in the card that every one of these matches has got some personal in it. Big Titan has battled both members. Look at that agility. Going over the top there, the Baron. Big Titan has battled both these guys over Canada's heavyweight champion. In fact, all three of them and the blue guys have fought each other too. So there's history there between Big Titan and the members of this team. Hey. And now we have the Steamroller. And back the other way, posing momentarily on the Lit-Cola main sponsor logo before crushing Big Titan, flat as a pancake. We got all four men in the ring. Collisions, confusion, chaos in this main event. Rodeo armbreaker. Going to work with headlock punches there. Drop kick. Went to the well one too many times perhaps, and still going to it. Just keep flailing away. Flailing away. Boston Crab. Now we're into the corner with shoulder, what do you call that? Shoulder rams, maybe? I don't know. Avalanche, clothesline into the turnbuckle.
10 minutes gone.
10 minutes gone. And we're gonna get a steamroller from the non-legal man. I guess the Baron figures, I'll also make the most out of this brief window I have to be in action. Give the crowd something to go crazy about. Ugh. And then Ted Axel tries to steal the glory by saying, all right, you do the work and I'll see if I can get the pinfall. It'll be me who's in the record book as having got the finish. But no, they're dealing with Canada's heavyweight champion right now. They both had their share of run-ins over that championship, as I've said. Oh, Big Titan decides he's not going to stand by. Let the Baron attempt that bogus DQ strategy again. Just a straight-up punch to put a stop to that. Forward pile driver. Perhaps seeking to break the neck or back of the brittle old Iron Mike Sharp. And there's the chair solution. Oh, but the crafty, longtime veteran Iron Mike Sharp, he wasn't about to be drawn into that foolishness. He had the wherewithal to just throw the chair down immediately before the ref even has a chance to really think about it. Is there something fishy going on here? Something to be said for experience, ladies and gentlemen. So it may be that Team Pearl Harbor has to win this match honestly, without funny business. Drop kick. Ted Axel rescues his partner there from a predicament. Goes for $50,000 pin attempt again, but the champ, Canada's champion, having none of it. Even after I said that, don't underestimate the wily nature of Baron Charles. He's got tricks up his sleeve. Might not be done with that. $50,000 Superman punch into the crossface, but Iron Mike is in there to break that up, and he's working elbow drops across the face. As this black and blue main event goes past 15 minutes. Black team versus blue team. Working together on the double team vertical suplex. Back to that sidewalk slam. So we're rolling up, but we're in the ropes. No pin attempt. Back suplex into the, we call it the Canadian corner too. There's only red corner is the only team with Canadian wrestlers. Body slam onto the Baron. And then counter on the double arm. Backdrop. Forward pile driver. Big Titan was there, but he didn't see fit to make the save for some reason. Just figure out you're on your own. Screw you. We're back to that. Do we have a DQ here? Man, it looks pretty damning, ref, doesn't it? Big Titan hovering over EFW's heavyweight championship chair. Probably want to keep an eye on that. It is a foreign object after all. Pinfall attempt. All 4 men in the ring now, though. Pearl Harbor going to work with the assist. Powerbomb. Teddy Twister in the middle of the ring there, too. Team Pearl Harbor looking okay. Running kick to the downed opponent. Move into the Canadian corner. Reverse avalanche. Reverse King Kong Bundy avalanche. Pants. Pile driver. The Baron looking very good. Full Nelson trips. Face buster. It's pretty damn cool, whatever it was. The Baron Charles looking very good right now. He's trying to make the case he's the real heavyweight champion. Taking it to Big Titan right now. Iron Mike. Cast out of the ring, running strike. And the Baron not getting too greedy, not following up. He's looking good against the Canada's champion there. Gets tagged out, realizing this is a tag match. Let's utilize your 2-on-1 advantage. Assisted powerbomb. Rodeo armbreaker. Team Pearl Harbor looking very good right now. Looking for one of those rare wins as a team. Reversal. Backdrop. Now Team Canada Black trying to go to work 2-on-1 to exploit Ted Axel's vulnerability out there. The Baron Charles evens up the numbers. Waits for his turn for guys to get into individual matchups. Big Titan takes the long run off the Irish whip, eventually crashing into the guard wall. Meanwhile, the action resumes inside the ring. Pin attempt. We're deep in the red side of the ring. Big Titan easily makes the save. Mike Sharp flung over to the blue side, but Titan wisely keeping the action in the red corner, dumping the wise man onto his back. But it's a $50,000 winds of change there as Ted Axel brings the action back to the blue side of the ring. Flying. Graceful Superfly, $50,000 Superfly there. But we have double team again on the vertical suplex out of the ring. The Baron tumbling out of there. Lands on his head outside the ring. And Canada's heavyweight champion will follow up on it only to eat the pants piledriver. Last time we saw a piledriver occur outside the ring, it didn't go so well. The heavyweight champions battling out on the floor. And they carry it on again inside the ring. Saw a piledriver over there inflicted by Iron Mike Sharp. We'll get back in this ring too. And we've seen a lot of pile drivers. Ball grab. The ball grab. Looks like Big Titan's not legal though, so we will see no submission. Iron Mike able to exploit the situation by attacking the Baron, who's in the middle of something else. Airplane spin. This is a submission hold. We could get a submission off of this. No. If it was coming, Big Titan was able to break it up. Rotating back suplex. All four men in the ring. Only briefly, though. We devolve back to one-on-one. Approaching 25 minutes for this main event. Ball shot. Resourceful on the part of the Baron. Taking advantage of the old man. Kicking some old nards there. There it is again. Oh my god. At his age, I don't know. Does that still hurt? Do you lose sensitivity down there eventually? Oh, we have the DQ attempt again. Well, perhaps it's not the legal combination. The ref's not sure what to do here. This is a confusing situation. And it's right up the Baron's alley to sow this kind of confusion. Finally, we get resolved back to just a one-on-one situation. The old man is confused to begin with, so a situation like that he could do without. Makes the tag, and Big Titan, the Avalanche clothesline. Yeah, I think Iron Mike needs a rest. He's a bit old. He's getting too old for this. This confusing, long drawn out action. But it's worth his while to do, because as we said in the intro, he's paving the way for his son to be involved in this. Theatrics, cartwheel, Avalanche type move, dragon screw, leg whip. Hip toss off the Irish whip. Big Titan going for a flattening clothesline. Wise man wisely gets out of the way. All four men back in the ring. Okay. Assisted powerbomb. Okay, some posing there by the Baron. Crossface chicken wing, softening up Big Mike. As the Baron waits his turn to try to capitalize. Who's he chastising? Someone in the crowd? Maybe cheering at the Canadian team a little too loudly, maybe? The Baron says, "Don't you realize I'm the real star here?" What's wrong with you? Oh, we have a backbreaker. We have a backbreaker submission attempt. We were in the ropes there. That's one of those Big John Studd old school type of backbreakers. When I was a kid. I was just a kid. I didn't know what wrestling was. I was watching Big John Studd do that to people. If you don't know that name, look him up. In any case, Baron Charles's foot or toe was on the ropes there, inducing the break. So you might have had a submission. This is 30 minutes in. I have to figure at this point, anyone who can lock in a submission attempt has probably got this done. Because everyone's resistance to pressure, it's got to be wearing down. Why a little excruciating pain, and someone might just say, you know what, this has gone on long enough. Get me out of here. Oh, we might have it right now. Yes, didn't I just say we were due for a submission? And a win for Pearl Harbor, a rare win for the original version of Pearl Harbor. Ted Axel sinks in a $50,000 armbar submission attempt. Iron Mike, a little too old for this maybe. 30 minutes is a long time for his age. Iron Mike packs it in, but he helps the promotion deliver a pretty spectacular, sterling main event, 99%, to close out the show. Send the crowd home with the wild finish. Just over half an hour on that match. We saw the debut of the crafty old veteran Iron Mike Sharpe back in the ring. And Pearl Harbor with the rare, original Pearl Harbor with the rare victory. Congratulations. Pretty good. And there we see confirmation. Shota with a convincing 8-minute regaining of the Junior Championship. And in a, well, it took less than 8 minutes, let's just say, for the 6-tag titles to be turned back over to Team Canada Blue. So I guess this is a type of revenge for Mike Elgin. If you might remember, talked recently about how much he'd like to get back at Vampiro for stealing the Elgin bomb on Canada Day. To steal, if you will, the 6-tag championship. Big Mike's got the belts back. Maybe this is not how he wanted to get it, but he's got it back. And we ended up well over 80% as after some confused opening, early matches, which didn't have the best rating, but came on strong in the back half. So our profit on the month, just a little over $2 million. I mean, can't go wrong with that. We've seen higher, but anytime you're making multiple millions for profit, not bad. So, okay, so I think I mentioned it last event. We might have been on pace to reach the 40 million mark by the end of the year. We're 37.9. So if we only get this profit next month, just a little over 2 million, we might just be just a touch short of 40 million. Well, there's your teaser for next month, if nothing else. Next episode will be the year-end spectacular, the December show to finish out year 3. At the very least, catch that show to see if we can reach the 40 million mark as far as the net worth of this promotion.